Listen to how this ex-Satanist was able to break up this church. Where two or more are gathered, I am there. That's what it says in the Bible, right? But you see that when we're gathering together, when you're praying with other people, the impacts it could have. Let's watch this quick.
Because you will die or you'll be converted. I did not attack. I did not fight. But whatever I did, I end up being converted.
Pay attention.
That was
now.
the meeting that caused you to be converted. However, you did succeed.
I'm coming.
Breaking
He
the
did
church.
succeed in breaking that church's prayer meeting, and the way he did it would blow your mind. So you need to listen to this. Anyway, carry
Let's
on.
watch.
Yeah. So when I returned home, one in that meeting, we were given books, big books that had been written about each member of that group.
What?
Books about.
Let that sink in. I'm going to clarify because it's a long one, as you can see, and obviously I've watched the entire thing. So basically, they were given. He's an ex-Satanist. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Satan is real. He used to worship Satan. He used to do deeds. He used to astral project, meaning flying in the night and all of this spiritual demonic stuff, which the Bible is telling us not to do or touch or to do or practice necromancy, which is talking to the dead and all of this stuff. He used to do all of these things and worse. He was given an assignment, meaning if you're a church member and you go to this church, he was given spiritually and a book about each and every single member, what they did, what in fact, I'm going to let him explain, but you get it because I don't want you to be confused because you haven't watched the entire thing. I want you to understand what's going on.
About each member of that group.
What?
Books about their background, their weaknesses, their history, their families, in order to read them, to know, at least find out what is the pattern in their background, which we can use at least against one. So like they had investigated their families, their foundations.
You were given books of research for each person in the whole group.
The young man, the pastor, the book I was given was 500 pages about him.
Goodness me. Imagine 500 pages about you. You didn't even know this existed. And the reason how they're able to get this is through the monitoring spirits that are assigned to you. Is on average, like you could have 40,000 demonic spirits that are currently watching you and watching your life and what you're doing. Okay, and that's how they're able to gather this intel. They're like, think of it as Satan's little spies, demon spies. They're just watching you and jotting down everything.
What the book I was given was 500 pages about him. Generation, like 10 generations behind him. To know, to read and say, read this and find out what are the patterns, what are the...
And generations end. See, so sometimes when we teach, we say, the Bible says the enemy runs to and fro. He also runs up and down generational lines, finding any legal ground. 500 pages.
So I had to read and see patterns in the ancestors, in his life, in all this and this, so that we can know, okay, if these patterns are there, legal rights that we can use against him. Are there things that can use against him or among the members? So one of the lady who was the one who could see in the spirit had an issue. So as in covenant, had an issue of unforgiveness. She was bitter towards her mother. And I remember when we were going to say, okay, this one will be a gate. Wow. Let's try this one. Let's not attack. Let's go and see if we can use this bitterness to break their covenant. Because this, we can trace, it has been in the generation, and her and the mother are not okay. So that she's bitter towards the mother. And by the way, the mother was dead by that time. But the mother died when this innocent, who is a seer, remained wounded. So the woundedness and the bitterness, after investigating, we realized, okay, I think let's try. So I returned to Uganda. I called my trusted girls. I had girls I used to work with. I said, we have this assignment. If we win this, all of us are going to be elevated worldwide. We're going to take titles. We're going to become like grandmasters if we win. But if we fail, for me, if you fail, the sacrifice we'll take from you will be your mother.
Wow.
So They say either you lose your mother or you win this battle. Because I had that attachment, though my mother. So they said, okay, your mother, and each one of them had to offer a relative, whether a father, a brother, someone that if you fail, that one would die.
You were sent back. So you're saying each of the people in the team you gathered had to offer a relative as well.
Yes. So
Crazy.
that's so I return. I sit with them and
For the people who aren't clear, they had to offer a being, okay? Human, blah blah blah. You get what I'm saying? Sacrifice. And I'm saying that because so that this video doesn't get, taken down, because that's what's been happening recently when you speak so much truth. Okay? So they had to offer that. This is reality. Witchcraft exists.
So I return, I sit with them and get a strategy. After I'm reading them, say, okay, we're going to try. 2 of you will try to go and join, not attack, and join. If they allow you to join, they have broken the covenant.
And this is the other thing, was part of their covenant that no one would join them?
No one joined them. They said, we have agreed, the 20 of us and our pastor, to fast and pray these 6 hours every day for 90 days. That was the covenant. So my assignment, I said, okay, when I return, I talked to them. For me, I was to go somewhere under the sky and sit there and enchant day and night for all the days of the 21, where they're on not mission. So I was not going to see any human being or eat or be under a roof, but sit under an open sky and keep enchanting and chanting and speaking curses and curses.
Curses over each member of the group?
Yes, but not mentioning their name, but just sending them. You never know, the one may land, because a curse without cause does not alight. So just send thousands. That was my assignment. Now, one of the girls had to go and try to join. So you go. If they allow you to join, now we know we can break the covenant. So we bought her a new car, give her some money to go and join the church. So he comes to the church, the first day comes, and comes to the young man, the pastor, and says, I feel God is telling me to come and join you. So the pastor is about to discern. Then the lady who is offended by the seer comes to tell the pastor, wait, I sense that person coming is not right of God. Then this girl tells her, but why are you chasing me away? But by the way, you talk like you're mad.
Ooh.
Goosebumps. Listen to that. Wow, what a response, because the girl who's in witchcraft, who came to join the church, the people who are fasting for 20 days and 6 hours every single day, fasting for 90 days, I believe when he said, she responds to the lady who's a seer saying, why are you casting me away? And then hits with the pain point like your mother.
This girl tells her, but why are you chasing me away? But by the way, you talk like you're mad.
That is so clever.
She's just poked at that wound. Oh my goodness, Lord.
And the moment said that,
she just went into the flesh.
In the flesh.
Listen, we all need to repent right now.
So the moment she went in the flesh, now the moment she's in the anger, don't talk language. You a witch.
The curses landed.
And then,
oh my God.
All of them now are under that curse. So she exposed all the team.
So wait. Just need to breathe for a moment. Because I don't know about you watching, but there's times I've responded in the flesh. Because the flesh is the open door for the enemy to shut down things of the spirit. My goodness.
It's what, when I do the training for the inner sense, that's what I say.
The flesh. Anger. unhealed wounds,
his wounds.
issues unresolved, and you wanted to see revival. You have to. Oh my God.
These
I'm
are
telling
going
you.
high in the spirit, but there's this unresolved issue, and I'm wondering why they ignored it. They didn't want to. They were so. I kept wondering even right now, why do they discern these wounds to deal with as they're going into this assignment? Why did not deal with it? Because it was so simple. What I said, wait a minute. When this girl came in and now offended her, she answered and abused. Remember, even in the book of Jude, when you say even Michael could not bring insults when they were contending for the blood of Moses. So she insulted this girl. And now remember there are thousands of curses flying around. Now when he insulted the pastor, the young man, because he was young, this one old, he looked at this girl as a peer, like God has answered my prayer, has brought someone who speaks the same language.
Wait, what did she say to him? Apart from God has called me to join the group.
And pray.
So he just felt like she was part of them. He didn't discern where she was coming from, because she was the seer of the group, and he didn't have the discernment at that moment. And she was probably about to warn him, and then she poked at her wound, and then she was in the flesh, and then the curses landed, and then now what happened at that?
Now, so when remember, she's offended now. They offend. So the young man, because could not listen to her, the pastor, trying to mend things. Don't be so hard on someone. Said, okay, it's okay. You can sit around. Let's finish praying, and I will talk to you. And the other one is angry because now has offended her. Now remember
The covenant, the breach.
And so after the meeting, they prayed like you. She's there, and then the time of offering came, and she gave like 500,000, like 500,000 Uganda shillings.
Okay, and that's the kind of money they've never seen before.
Now in this place, like the offering is like $1, and someone is giving like $200, and now like the pastor but I had told her when I was reading the life of this pastor, they had issues with money.
The pastor had some
in his
struggles with finances.
So it was something he used to poverty. So even in his messages, you could hear, though he was speaking against money, but he loved it. Like you could say, money bad, someone, you speak against something, but deep inside you could tell it's because he fears it. He has issues with it. So we knew if we can introduce money, we see how he will respond.
Wow.
So this girl gave 500,000. Remember she has come with a new car, and some people in that part of the world, a car is something big. So he receives the money.
So the covenant is not just broken; she's now got a foothold.
Because of the money. And now the rest of the team are like saying, but God told us not to take. So no, God has blessed us. So there's that disagreement because of the money. She leaves. She comes in and says, they've received the money. And I told her, as long as they've received the money, now we need to interfere with their worship. Because now they can't reject you. So she goes the second day, and then she comes with a friend, another girl, who they introduced to the pastor. Pastor, this is my friend. She also wants to join. Now the pastor has forgotten the covenant.
Just in the morning.
Now he's seeing like growth. God is bringing new members. And so, she's a worshiper. Can you let her join and lead in 2 songs? In the moment she came on the altar to lead a song, polluted the altar, we knew we had overcome it.
Wow. Now, there was another side you also attacked.
I'm coming.
Okay. Because I want you to, because that's the one I remember vividly. Okay, you're going to come to that.
Guys, it only gets way more interesting from now on. But you see, I'm gonna play it, don't worry. But you see how the enemy was able to infiltrate and join. So not everybody who comes to church, that's what it even says in the end times, right? Not everybody who will cry unto me, Lord, Lord, do we not perform miracles in your name? Did we not cast out demons? And God will say, depart from me, get away from me. I've never known you. I don't know who you are. Okay, because there are plenty of people who are in darkness, in witchcraft, who will go to church. Okay, the devil, he will rather chill and stay in church. Why? Because people who are at the bar are already on his side. people who are drinking alcohol, people who are doing all form of degenerate things already on his side. You see, the devil doesn't attack his own kingdom. It doesn't make sense. So where is he going to be? He's going to come to church.
With his daughter.
So the pastor, now he was still with them, but we knew we had to separate him from the group. And how could we separate him? We had to make sure his sensitivity in the spirit is lowered. Now, where was he getting his sensitivity? Every morning he could have a morning time to pray and go through healing, like morning devotion. That was what made him strong every day. So I was telling Michael, look, now if we have to find a way of interfering with his quiet time, because that's where he has the strength. If we can interfere with, there's a covenant with the people, but there's a personal covenant with God, because on the quiet time. So we had to interfere with his sleep. And how was it to be done? We realized he was in covenant with his people, but he had a daughter who was not in covenant. And he had gotten that daughter before he was born again. So it was like a single father living with a daughter. So we realized the attack should not be on him, because we were warned, don't attack him. Don't touch him. Because if you touch him, you're finished. But now pull him away from the covenant. So the attack was to project eczema,
skin disease, daughter
to the daughter, that in the night he cannot sleep. He's taking care of the daughter. So the daughter cries through the night and is crying and crying and crying. Then he's taking care of the daughter. By morning, the morning time, he's tired.
He's tired. He can't have his devotion.
He can't have devotion because of the child. And now
going to the prayer meeting.
He's going to the prayer meeting. He comes to the prayer meeting, and remember, he needs money now to take the child to hospital. And now the money he's going to use is what the girls are giving in. And then one of the girls offered to take the child to the clinic, to the hospital for treatment, and then put more spells on the child.
Gosh.
Because now he has surrendered his child to her. Then this other one, we agree, this man has power, still has power. We need to separate him from the core team. So this girl suggests the pastor, I feel like I need to buy you a house.
Oh my!
So at this point, were they all living in community?
Yeah, the community together, living like in one place. So
because that's why they could mean the way they were doing it.
Yes. Right. So they now want to move him away from the. Remember, we have come in, we've defiled the covenant, but they're still keeping it.
You defiled the covenant, you polluted the altar, you are now separating the pastor by attacking his daughter, and so his discernment is actually now low. He cannot discern what's going on at all.
He's tired. And so now the next is, how can we interfere with his time so that he can not come in time on the altar? That's the last block. Because all these are done, but he still keeps the time. Still like aware, has the sense of awareness. So it's like, buy him a house and far from the place of prayer. So this guy says, well, I'm buying you a house. Oh, he's excited. So he buys him a house, like tells him about a house, furnish it. And now furnish it with defiled food. Like they could put their blood and their in the juices and what. So he comes to this house, everything is furnished, free and everything. So he drinks this juice, he takes all this. So he's being defiled in the body. But also he's away from the team who can warn him. And what was the purpose of that is to cause him to delay, because remember, one of the girls is driving him. He's now the driver. So she makes sure she goes.
Because he couldn't drive.
He couldn't drive.
Oh, no. See the strategy.
I'm telling you, man.
Through. So, see, as you are hearing this, as people are hearing this, I hope you're seeing how the enemy is so strategic.
And he's detailed.
And the church, they had no idea the power.
Let's rewind that. That's what they say, the devil's in the details. That's a common saying, you're witnessing it in real life. And then there's you might be watching, I know some of you guys, you believe this, but some people are watching right now, they're like, that's just fairy tale. Really? Grown men with gray hair telling you, and you think he's mad? Oh, that's just one person. No. My friend, there are thousands, hundreds of thousands and millions of people, grown men and women around the world telling you This devil stuff, this Satan stuff is not Disney fairy tale. It exists. In fact, the people who make Disney, they are all 33rd degree Masons who pray in shrines drinking blood. You can't make this stuff up, man. I don't want to get this video taken down, so I'm not going to mention all the stuff, but I will be on the Patreon, so links should be in the description somewhere down below. The comments are crazy, but I don't want to ruin it for you. Look, I suggest you go watch this video entire for yourself. Let me know in the comment section down below. God bless you. And yeah, I'm just going to close this. Heavenly Father, I pray for the person who's watching. Please bless them in Jesus' name.